Hey, YouTubers and fellow rockers, welcome. This is Kevin Richards from RockTheStageNYC.com. Now, I have a couple of videos down there somewhere called Sustained S and Little S. Now, those were breathing exercises that I showed you, so you could have something to do while you have a head cold or a sinus infection, stuff like that, and you can't really sing. You don't really feel like singing. You scratch your throat, or you just have a cold and you're coughing. It's something you can actually do while you have a cold, and still maintain, something you can do for your voice. Now, I thought this would be a good idea to give you a video here about what to do to help prevent getting a sinus infection or a head cold, and sort of what to do as you're coming out of one to help your throat sort of get back into shape and stuff like that. I thought I'd show you some things that you can use, some products that you can use. Now, a good thing to help prevent getting a sinus infection, especially now in the spring and summer months, when we're outside a lot more than we were in the winter. You're outside more and you're breathing in a lot of pollen and dust and things that are floating around in the air. A good thing to do is to use a sort of nasal spray or a nasal mist to help clear out your sinuses and get rid of all the dust and the pollen and stuff that you breathed in all day while you're outside. This is one that I use that I recommend. It's called Nasal Mist. And you can pretty much, I'll get it over here. You can find this pretty much online anywhere, drugstore.com. They're really cheap. They're like $4 a bottle, $4 a bottle. They last a long time. It's a very simple little nasal mister like that. Just when you come in from being outside, take it up your nose. Make sure you breathe in through your nose. A hefty breathe in when you spray so that it shoots all the way in the back of your sinuses. You'll feel it go all the way in and sort of drip in down the back. That's exactly what you want. It's going in. It's cleaning out all that dirt and pollen and stuff. It gets stuck in there and actually contributes to getting sinus infections. Another thing, good thing to help you keep your nasal passages open and moisturized is steam. I don't recommend like hanging around in a shower, in a steaming hot shower for 15 minutes. You're wasting hot water and stuff, and if you pay for it, like I do, your bill goes up and up and up. Good thing to do is just get yourself a portable steamer, even a food steamer, a countertop food steamer to steam vegetables and stuff, or a room vaporizer steamer. Good thing to put on at night, especially if you're using like air conditioning or it's really hot and dry out. The air is really dry, like in the winter months where it gets really dry. Using a steamer is really good, keeping your sinuses moistened keeps away getting sinus infections. When they get dried out is when you're more susceptible to getting an infection. Steam is really good. Fire up the food steamer and towel over your head. Breathe it in 15-20 minutes. You can even boil some water in a tea kettle and pour it in a pan and put your head over it and breathe that in for a while. Really good for opening it up and moisturizing your sinuses. Now, if you do happen to get a cold, one thing I'm going to tell you is vitamin C does not lessen a cold or help you prevent one. New research has just been done where they found that taking a lot of vitamin C and stuff like that does not help prevent a cold. So don't go running for vitamin C or anything like that. Drinking lots of juices and stuff is really good while you have a cold to keep your body hydrated. It helps clear out the system. Being very hydrated in your body helps it cleans out any infections you might have in your system. So drink a lot of juices, a lot of water while you have a cold. If you drink tea, here's a really good product to use. It's called Throat Coat. You can get this in any drugstore or health food store like Nature's Best and things like that. Throat Coat is really good. It helps soothe your throat. It doesn't numb it. It just helps sort of soothe the irritations that's going on in there. They also have a throat lozenge that you can take with you wherever you go. Either this or zinc lozenges, or just plain zinc lozenges are really good to take to help soothe a scratchy or irritated throat. Real good thing just to take every day if you're a singer is zinc. No more than 50 milligrams. You can actually overdose on zinc. You don't want to take too much of it. Too much zinc in your body is actually really bad. It doesn't matter what brand it is, as long as it's pure zinc. 50 milligrams, take 1 tablet a day. It's actually really good for your system, really good for your body, and really good for your throat. Now, while you coming out of a cold, and you've got like excess phlegm or you feel kind of mucusy that day, even if you don't have a cold, you just kind of feel sort of scratchy and mucusy and phlegmy in there. You gargle with something I found, and it's called alcohol. And it's a gargle, it's a mouth rinse, nasal rinse. Take a swig of it, gargle for about 30 seconds, because that's about all you're going to be able to take, because it tastes terrible, but it works beautifully. Alcohol, you can't really find, this is kind of hard to find in stores. Drugstore.com carries it. It's really cheap. It's like $4 or $5 a bottle, and you can see it's a pretty good sized bottle. Lasts a really long time. If you ever get phlegmy or scratchy in there, just gargle with this for 30 seconds, spit it out, gone. It's paint thinner for the throat. It's beautiful stuff. Another really good thing is pretty much standby and obvious is drink a lot of water. Keeping your throat and your vocal folds hydrated is very important to warding off infections, especially if you live in a very hot climate, say like New Mexico, Arizona, Las Vegas, southern Texas, where it gets really hot and the air is really dry. It doesn't rain a lot. Morocco, Egypt, anywhere, desert climate. Lots of water. Keep yourself hydrated, because in the summer heat, your body will ventilate and vaporize water out of your body and out of your pores and the top of your head to cool off your body. So you need to replenish it with plenty of water. Now, you can drink too much water. Too much water is actually really bad for you. You can actually drown from water, from drinking too much water. Now, if you live in a temperate zone like I do here in Manhattan, you don't need to drink that much water. I know there's the old standby of 8-ounce glasses of water a day, 64 ounces of water a day. Me personally, I think that's a little too much. Water, you don't really need to be that hydrated all the time, especially if you're not doing a lot of vigorous activity during the day. I mean, if you're a desk jockey, if you work in an office, or you sit down a lot during the day. I mean, if you're a construction worker and stuff like that, obviously you need to keep hydrated. But if you have a pretty much a sedentary job, you don't need to drink that much water. Your body isn't really venting it off as much. Now, you can have your coffee, can have your tea, can have your soda, because they're made up of 90% of water anyway. So you're getting water from those drinks. Now, it is true that coffee and tea and alcohol are what they call diuretics, which are dehydrants for your body. So balance it off with some regular water, some fruit juices, things like that, to balance off drinking the coffee and the tea and the soda. And be sure to remember now, before you go and sing, if you're going to go on stage, to be very hydrated. Drink a lot of water during the day before you go and sing. Drink a couple of bottles of water, or equivalent, 16 ounces, 24 ounces of water. I'd say starting about an hour before you go on stage, because it takes roughly about 20 minutes for water to sort of get into your system and hydrate your body. So if you go on stage dry, with a dry throat, and you start to drink water, it's too late. You want to get ahead of yourself. So drink a lot of water during the day, and a good 16 ounces, 24 ounces of water, about an hour or so before you get on, and then continue to drink it during the show. Don't worry about if you want to have a beer during the show, or, beer afterwards. Just make sure you've drank plenty of water to offset soda or tea or alcohol before you go on stage. This is Kevin Richards from RockTheStageNYC.com. I hope my little demonstration here and showing you my products help you along and help preventing a cold, and if you get one, how to soothe it and get yourself out of it once the cold is gone. Till next time, see ya.